welcome back to Alpacamade. It's great that you're back to visit. It's Monday, March 23rd, 2020, and I'll bet you're looking for a screenshot of my pedometer with miles and miles racked up. Well, not so much. This is March in Michigan, and March is our deceptive month. It can snow and blow, and it can rain, everything can ice up and be in a winter wonderland. You just never know. But I always know that March, when it gets towards the end, it's going to release its grip on us and we'll start seeing springtime weather. And I was prepared for that. Over the weekend, the last 4 or 5 days, all the snow cover and the drifts had melted down except for one stubborn little patch. And then I woke up this morning to snow coming down in a light dusting and the streets being wet or appearing to be wet. But in Michigan, we have this fun thing called black ice, where the streets appear to be wet, but all of them or parts of them have a very thin coating of ice. And for me, with my ankles that have not been out hiking and are not strong, that is not a safe time for me to go out stomping around in my trainers. So instead, I got caught up on all kinds of things that happened over the last 4 days, including a little joke that I posted. If you didn't see it, I'll include it at the end. But this morning, I kind of took a beating in comments, and from a very unexpected source. I've been defending the decision of some AT through hikers to stay on the Appalachian Trail because they were inspiring so many people. And since the end of February, when I was myself inspired to buy a pair of Reeboks and go out walking and build my strength up and build my pace count up, which is what I'm working on right now, that's all I've concentrated on, is going out and marking 1 mile's pace count to trim off a few minutes from what is my lifelong goal. And then once I do that, then I'm going to add some weight, like I said before, and start working on a little bit of stamina and a little bit of strength. But that's been hit and miss so far. The beating I took in comments was from a very unexpected place. It was on the page of one of my favorite homesteaders who, like others that I have promoted last week, are banding together to reach out to the rest of America and say, let us help you. We have knowledge, we will give it to you free of charge, and you can learn from us. Well, as you can see, not everybody has interpreted my enthusiasm and my positive appreciation to them for their generosity and their kindness, and I guess that's okay. I had to really take a deep breath and think about how I would respond and what I would say to someone who apparently, isn't all that motivated to spread goodwill these days. I responded the best way I knew how, and that's all I can do. So that's my hiking update, really, or was, until I went looking for a picture of Bucky and Matt on Facebook to bring you the charity race in the UK update. Oh, one more thing. The beating isn't over. I reached out to someone who appeared to be supportive on the North Country Trail of those of us who are hiking by ourselves in places that are not populated, and this was the response I got. Again, trying to be polite and clear and concise and respectful probably is going to get a mixture of results. I guess we'll just have to take Miss Lynn's advice, minus the profanity, which is unfortunate. Before I could get off the association page, there was this.
Hey everyone, this is Andrea Ketchmark, Executive Director of the North Country Trail Association, and I am coming to you from a local trail where I am really walking off the stress of the week. COVID-19, as you all know, has really upended our lives, and we have spent the last week worrying about family members and our health and how to stay safe. We have been upended at our work lives, and our childcare has changed. Our lives are really transitioning on a hour by hour basis some days, and it takes a toll on your mind and your body to have to deal with that kind of stress. So one of the biggest questions we have been getting all week is, can we still use a trail? Can we hike? Is the North Country Trail open? So I want to address that this morning. The North Country Trail is still open. There may be limited closures in places like Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, and limited facilities along the trail in certain places. The best thing to do is to first check your state health departments to make sure there are no state regulations that you need to be aware of. We have seen different states kind of put on restrictions about traveling and being out in public, so make sure you check there first. If you do go out, go local. We want to make sure that, I'd love to have you on the North Country Trail, but if you can't do that somewhere near or closer to your house, please use another park or another trail local to you. This park is not the North Country Trail, but it is gorgeous, as you can see, and I'm only about a half a mile from my house, which is incredible and means we don't have to travel very far, and we're able to get out on the trail frequently, which I love. Make sure that you hike in very small groups, only your immediate family or folks that you are used to being around on a daily basis, to make sure that we prevent the spread of coronavirus. If you do get to a trailhead and it is packed, consider going to the next spot. This country is blessed with hundreds of thousands of miles of trail, an incredible public land system, vast majority of which are still open. So, continue a little bit further down the road. Because of that, we are not recommending long distance hiking currently. So you may have heard some of the other long distance trails are discouraging or even prohibiting through hikes, and we are asking people to wait and see as well. Again, just to make sure that we're not we're taking all precautions that we need to prevent the spread. But being out on the trail is critical. Being outside is critical. So even if it's your own backyard, instead of leaving the house, that's fine, and you need it. And very soon, I hope, we will all be back on the trail together, and we will be, our group hikes will be back instated, and we'll be back to working on the trail and doing projects, and I hope you all join us for that. Until then, stay safe and healthy, and take a deep breath.
And now for the little joke I posted this weekend while I wrap this up. So you might say to me, well, the nurse, she's under stress and she should probably be forgiven. And truthfully, you're right. I decided not to respond to her, unlike the other woman who attacked me personally, even though she doesn't know me personally. The nurse gets a bye, not for what she said, but for how she said it. Because in truth, I don't want to sit home on my couch and not get exercise, both for my mental health and my physical health. Because if I let my physical health deteriorate and wring my hands and be afraid, I will have cardiovascular issues to deal with at the end of this social distancing. So I'm going to go hike. I'm going to take the North Country Trail Executive Director's advice, and I'm going to hike by myself, just like I've been doing since the first week of March. I hope that you and yours are healthy and blessed. Be kind, wash your hands, get some sunshine. See you soon.